I don't really have a list of criteria that make guys like super attractive to me, at least. So I think a better list to make is what makes guys unattractive to me, because that list is something I can definitely like define. Like, these things are unattractive, and if you do them, do not even expect me to look in your direction, because they are just no. The first thing that makes a guy unattractive to me is if he's just like a rude person. I don't mean just to me, but I mean to everyone. Where I live, like, I have to ride the subway system at school, and sometimes these moms will get on and they're like bringing a toddler with them and like pushing a stroller, and they're like struggling to balance, they're rocking back and forth, and like no one will offer them their seat. And so I'm like, here, do you want to sit down? Like, give them my seat. And I'm like, come on, people, like, let's be polite. Where are the men who are standing up here? Everyone saw Titanic. They let the women and children get on those lifeboats first, and the men all drowned. Let's take a lesson from that. Maybe not as, like, morbid, but you know what I mean. The second thing that I cannot stand, which has seemed to be, like, more and more popular these days, is being degrading to women. Like, since when is it cool to make fun of girls? Like, oh, you're a girl. That's not a punchline. You want to hear a real joke? I have a real joke for you. What do you call a guy who asks his girlfriend to make him a sandwich? Single. Another thing that really pisses me off is when a guy does something really stupid, and then I get angry, and he's like, oh, you're PMSing. No, I'm not. Don't you dare blame everything on PMS. I am not PMSing. You are stupid, and you messed up, so take responsibility, and do not blame me. That is just dumb. Another thing that really pisses me off is when a guy does something really stupid, and then I get angry, and he's like, oh, you're PMSing. No, I'm not. Don't you dare blame everything on PMS. I am not PMSing. You are stupid, and you messed up, so take responsibility, and do not blame me. That is just dumb. This is something that I honestly, for the life of me, do not understand that guys still do. Because it's not rocket science, and we all know when they do it, and yet they still haven't figured out that we know that they're doing it. They don't know that we know. And you all know what I'm talking about. It's when a conversation goes like this. You're talking to a guy, you're, getting really into it, and then all of a sudden you notice he's not looking at you. My eyes are up here. And if I'm talking to you, I'm looking into your eyes. I can see where your eyes are looking. Like, you could all tell when I just look down. So clearly I can tell where your eyes are. So look at mine. This is one that's really personally close to me, and so I don't think it's that funny. I don't drink. I've never, ever had any alcohol in my life for personal reasons. If you choose to drink, fine, cool, have a good time, none of my business. But if you are so drunk that you are not going to remember my name tomorrow, there is no reason for me to pay any attention to you today. Absolutely none. Not at all. It's disgusting. This last thing is probably the most annoying and unattractive thing a guy can do. This is a cell phone, and use a cell phone to communicate, to talk to people. And I can tell you, from being a girl, that when I'm texting a guy that I might be interested in, you best believe there's a lot of effort put into that text. I draft it multiple times, I send it to my friends and ask them to read it and make sure it all, sounds good. And what makes me so angry is when guys do not realize that there are 25 letters on that keyboard besides the letter K. And if the response you send me is K, and you don't use any of those other 5 letters, then whatever you just said K to is not K anymore. We are not hanging out. We are not doing whatever you just said was K. Not happening. No. Learn to communicate. So, yeah, that's my list. I don't think I'm asking that much, really. That's 7 things. And if there is any guy watching this who does not do a single one of those 7 things, if you can inner reflect and then come back at me and say, you know what, Katie? I don't do any of those things. Please come find me, because I have never in my life met a guy who does not do those things. At least one of them. And I would love to meet someone who didn't. do those things. Other than Erik, of course, because you're wonderful. So yeah, that's it.